Right guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and Shawn Michaels has revealed the future about NXT and what they're accomplishing and the truth about NXT. Obviously they had a rebrand not so long ago, and we've got NXT 2.0, but Shawn Michaels, Tuesday, he's talking about new superstars that are coming in. They've been doing this for 10, 11 weeks. I mean, when I watched it, the first couple of weeks because we hadn't really watched wrestling in fucking weeks, or months actually. But, like, the first couple of weeks they did this NXT, the stuff with, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but, you know, with Johnny Gargano and that guy, and the guy doesn't talk, it was some pretty funny stuff, but apart from that, it was pretty shit. You know, because that's what you mean. I'd still give the show a 1 out of 10, despite the fact I had something pretty great on it. The whole fucking suitcases filled with condoms and all that shite. But, you know, it's all about producing new, young, fresh superstars that he's saying. They're actual people who've been in this job for 10 to 15 years and are now just making it on the television. Yes, Shawn, because that's a fucking mess. You know what I mean? Like, it's an absolute shambles. Like, they talk about all these indie guys, right? You know, your Bobby Fish and all these people. By the time they make it to WWE, I know that, like, half the jobbers at NXT have left and they've all went to AEW, so they can all wank off Tony Khan, but they've all been around since, like, some late 90s, some early 2000s. Even if it's it's fucking pathetic that essentially in 15 years they've accomplished fuck all. I mean, Michaels, he debuted in the late 80s, and by, say, 15 years later, he was coming back in 2002, but even by that point, Shawn Michaels was a fucking icon. I mean, multiple time world champ, already put on some of the greatest matches of all time, well established. I mean, Shawn Michaels hadn't wrestled from Mania 14 to SummerSlam 2002, and before he even wrestled before SummerSlam 2002, and like even that year off he had between like 01 and 02 where he got fired, he was still fucking more relevant than these bastards ever could dream of being in any company at any stage. You know? And that, like, I mean, Shawn Michaels in 2021 is fucking far more relevant than any of these bastards that they could do, you know? But, and then he goes on to talk about Braun Breaker, Tony D'Angelo, and all these people, that, they're going to go on to be the stars of Raw and SmackDown. Now, that I agree that, but that's the thing I don't get. Like, how long are you going to keep these guys? Like, yes, I say some of them are like 23 right now. Like, but some, like, they're fucking marks. They all want to stay in NXT. I mean, the thing is with WWE in the past, like, the start of the Ruthless Aggression, Cena, Orton and all, they were all in their early 20s. And the fact we're 20 years later from that, and they're only in their 40s, they can still have matches. All these jobbers for, like, NXT and the Indies, they're coming into WWE in their late 30s, mid-30s, and it's like, see, 20 years' time, even though they're just not stars, they're jobbers, but I mean, they're not going to have that. They've only got, like, 10 years left, if that. You know what I mean? Like, Orton and Brock and Cena, I can see them wrestling for at least another 10 years, and that means they'll be doing it for fucking 3 decades. You know what I mean? But that's the way the cookie crumbles, guys. But Shawn Michaels reveals the truth about NXT 2.0. He says they're doing a fantastic job, but let's be real, guys. NXT's pish, Shawn Michaels' hair's gone, his eyes wonky, he's aged like a motherfucker, and on that note, peace.